Students, in this video, we will discuss about sound produced by human beings. The sound produced by human beings. See, on this earth, there are so many different kinds of living things are there. Human beings are there, birds are there, animals are there, insects are there. So in all these, the humans, we are producing the sound to communicate. We are using languages, means by the speeches we can communicate. Then what about the others, like birds and animals and the insects? They cannot talk like us, so but they can produce the sound. Due to that sound, they are communicating, that either the birds or animals, whatever maybe, they are communicating by producing different kinds of sounds. Okay, for example, if you take honeybee, if honeybee, on seeing that a flower, it calls other honeybees by making sound. Or otherwise, in our daily life, did you observe or not, if one crow die, the other crows, they're making some kind of sound to send this message. Then all they gather, did you observe or not? So we know they produce only one type of one kind of sound, but in that there is a variation in the sound, high pitch, low pitch, like maybe different. So they have different communication to communicate with the other animals or the birds, but the human beings are not like that. We have the different languages to communicate, and we can talk. Now, how we can talk? How humans can talk? In our body, mainly through mouth, we can talk. That everyone you know. But in this mouth, larynx. Here I wrote it is sound produced by human beings. Here, this larynx is the main part, important organ in the human body to produce sound. What is that one? Larynx. Inside our body, inside the mouth, that part, larynx. Due to this organ, humans, they can produce sound. And next, this larynx has two muscular ligaments. This larynx has two muscular ligaments. What that will call it as vocal cords. That will call it as vocal cords. See here in the figure, in our textbook it is given. So these are known as vocal cords. See, these vocal cords has a narrow slit inside this vocal cords. Here you see, this is known as the slit, and while you are taking the breath, this slit is open. While humans are talking, the slit is closed. See, when you take breath, this slit is open, and through this vocal cords, the air passes into the lungs. It is allowing to pass through lungs. So when you talk, this slit is closed in the vocal cords, and the air from the vocal cords to the lungs, it starts vibrating. When you speak, that air column is vibrating and it produces sound. So in our body, in the humans, this larynx has two ligaments. We'll call it as vocal cords, and these vocal cords are while taking breath open, and while giving speech or talking, this this vocal cords are closed. These are the two ligaments, and this is the vocal cords. So due to the vocal cords, we can talk, we can communicate. Okay. Now, did you observe some persons while they're speaking, you observe this part, or otherwise you can do this activity. You call your friend or brother or someone, you call it, and give one chocolate wafer and ask him to blow, place it on the mouth, and ask him to blow air, or blow forcefully in the first case. And here you observe this part, when the person is blowing air forcefully, then you observe here this part. Like this, there is a movement here in this part, vocal cords. Okay, next, in the second case, the same person, you ask him to blow air slowly. Then observe here the movement of those part, here this part. In these two cases, you can observe there is a change. When he is blowing air forcefully, there is a movement you can observe. But in the second case, you cannot observe. You cannot observe. So from this, you like this, you can observe the movements of the vocal cords during the speech. And while someone's speaking, you can observe continuously there is a change here. I don't know whether mine is changing or not, but someone's, while they are giving speech, continuously there is a change here in this part. It means the vocal cords are continuously changing, they're continuously moving. So the movements of this vocal cords you can observe. This is activity 7. Okay children, thank you. Sorry, one more point I left it. When you observe the length of the vocal cord in the men and women and in the children, the length of the vocal cords are different. For example, in men, the length of the vocal cords is 20 millimeters, and in women, the length is 5 millimeters less, that is 15 millimeters. Now, coming to the children, it is very short. The length of the vocal cord is very short. So like this, the sound produced by the man is different, woman is different, and the children is completely different.